training a neural text-to-speech network as a US male. And today and tomorrow, what is it? The emotion is disgust, or loathing, they call it. They're not really sure exactly what to call it, but it's sarcastic. They modeled it on George Carlin and another stand-up comedy guy. But basically, cynical stand-up comic is what they're basing it on. And this is the demo that they liked of mine.
Here's one they just made up. Near miss. When two planes almost collide, they call it a near miss. It's a near hit. A collision is a near miss.
Yeah, that was a Carlin bit. So, man, it's fairly energetic. Not a nice guy. I'm going to be sick of this guy, I tell you what, after recording him for 2 hours today and then another 2 hours tomorrow. Depending on if renovation in the flat stays quiet. It's been random, so I should stop talking and just record. Pardon me. Leela's just left the flat. She's finished her online learning for the day. Let's go. I'll listen to it one more time.
Here's
one they just made up.
Near
miss.
When two planes almost collide, they call it a near
miss.
It's a
near hit.
A collision is a near miss.
It's a good bit. Terrible delivery on my part. Okay. What? That's fun. Beauty. And the bird just started calling. It's only this time of year. It's hilarious. I can barely hear anything in the studio. But that just cuts through. Because we're up on the 29th floor. It must also be quite high. When it comes to lipstick, we've tried them all. From super bold and matte to semi-sheer and neutral. We have something for every mood we're in. That's very overpowering.
Here's one they just made up. Near miss. When two planes almost...
But you know how, on certain occasions, the existing shades in your kit just don't seem to cut it, and you can't find the exact color you want at that moment. Well, it's time to get creative. It's so easy. Just take out your tubes and start mixing. Think about it like this. You can instantly double or triple the scope of your palette if you start blending. There's no right or wrong way to do it either. Always catches me. I don't know which. I don't even remember what I used to say as an Australian. You've been away too long. Yeah, E. That's what I said, right? So it's either, as British. Either. As a Yankee Doodle Doo. A custom in-between shade might be just what you've been craving. 1. Choose 2 or 3 or 4 lippies that you want to mix. 2. Use a small palette knife or plastic knife to scrape or slice off a small amount of each color and dab on to a makeup palette or a small dish.
Collide.
That's so annoying.
Near miss. It's a near hit. A collision is one they just made up.
Okay, a little bit less energy. This guy's really annoying. What are your favorite things to draw? My favorite things to draw are animals, plants, flowers, and imaginary creatures. Sometimes I like drawing cute foods. I'm also working on incorporating some people into my illustrations. Why is he talking like this? I'm also working on incorporating some people into my illustrations. It's not right. I'm also working on incorporating more people into my illustrations. How do you come up with the design for the Lunar New Year brush? Since the design was for the Lunar New Year, I knew I wanted to include a moon. 2019 is the year of the pig, so I thought making a large gleaming moon as the pig's playground would be so cute.
Near miss. When two planes almost collide, they call it a near miss.
Incorporating some floral elements into the design would add some soft, delicate touches to frame the scene. What's the story behind the design? The story behind the design is really up to the viewer. Oh, we're after a bloody fantastic start here. The story behind the design is really up to the viewer. I wanted to keep it kind of open-ended. You could think of the two pigs as lovers, or Mama or Papa Pig as their... You could think of the two pigs as lovers, a Mama or Papa Pig and their piglet, or just two frolicking friends.
It's a near hit. A collision is a near miss.
This is a natural order to accomplishing the most... Let's make this a bit bigger, shall we? There is a natural order to accomplishing all... Oh man, come on. There is a natural... Oh yeah, delicious. There is a natural order to accomplishing most anything in life. Lather, rinse, repeat. Love, marriage, baby in a carriage, high school, college, job if you're lucky, but some things, like putting on a fresh face of makeup, are a little more complicated. What do you do first? Apply lipstick or focus on eyes? Where does blush come in? Can you get away with putting liner on after mascara? Mascara? Pretty sure it's mascara. Mascara.
Mascara.
Yeah, mascara. Can you get away with putting liner on after mascara? We talked about Christina Bartolucci. We talked about Christina Bartolucci, NYX's chief creative director and co-founder of Doo-Wop, who gave us her formula for putting together a perfect face. Of course, not everyone will use all steps, but even if you skip the powder or cheeks, this is still a good working order to follow. Choose one, not both, Bartolucci says. Moisturizer, no matter how light in texture, will interfere with the function of a primer. Also, always remember to get in your sunscreen, whether SPF is built into your primer, moisturizer, or foundation. Selecting the right primer is as hard as choosing your perfect shade of foundation. It takes trial and error to find something that feels weightless, doesn't clog your pores, and gives your skin just the right texture. How do you navigate the overwhelming world of makeup prep? It's easy if you ask yourself the right questions first. Why do I need a primer? Think about how your primer can help you or your client's skin.
Here's one they just made up. Near miss. When two planes almost collide, they call it a near miss. It's a near hit. A collision is a near miss. Will it be used for high definition or bridal makeup, where camera-ready durability is priority? Or maybe you want an everyday base with a bit of SPF? Look at the job at hand first, advises James. A primer with a bit of silicone is great at keeping the skin fresh looking. A primer with a bit of silicone is silicone. Silicone? You don't say silicone, do you?
Silicone.
Yeah, you do. A primer with a bit of silicone is great at keeping the skin fresh looking, but it may show shiny hot spots on the face in photography. Anyone with coloring issues can enlist the help of color... bit of a crack there. Anyone with coloring issues can enlist the help of color-correcting primers. A light purple or mauve will cancel out sallow tones. Mauve or mauve?
Mauve.
Yes, welcome back, welcome